Welcome back to Carolina Women. We are at Seaglass Windowscapes, a beautiful showroom out here in Bluffton, and I am joined by Christina Scott. She is the general manager here, so nice to see you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So we're kind of getting towards the end of the year, wrapping things up, and then obviously thinking about moving into the new year. So talk to us a little bit about what you're seeing at the end of the year here and maybe getting prepared for next year.
Yeah, so right now, this is the time where a lot of our clients are coming in. They're wanting to dress up their home and get ready for next year. So whether it's changing out draperies, different window treatments, maybe they didn't like the storm protection they had originally, so they want to try something different. Right now is the perfect time to go ahead and get those quotes together. That way you know what to expect for next year. Yeah. So it leads into, like, if you're wanting to do something exterior for that awning, go ahead and get it set in mind now so that before spring, the guys get out there, get it installed, and you can enjoy it in perfect time for the weather.
Right, so key obviously here is don't wait till the last minute.
Exactly, because you'll be surprised that ship time can change dramatically. You might expect it to be here tomorrow, but if you do it now, you're guaranteed to have it in time for March and April, you know,
Right, yeah.
with heritage season.
When you need it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something about storm protection. We just obviously finished through the hurricane
Yes.
season this year. A little bit more active than maybe some would have liked, but as somebody's thinking about, as you said, maybe changing up, or maybe they feel like, oh, you know, I didn't really have any protection, and that kind of hit a little bit stronger than I thought it was going to. So they're thinking about it for next year. Is now a good time to start that planning?
Now is the perfect time, because that gives you a little more time to think about it. It might be a sticker shock, you know, so sometimes if you go ahead and get it now, you have those, you know, a little bit of time to prep, and it's always better. You got to think hurricane season starts in June.
Right.
And it can take, you know, anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks for those products to come in, and then we have to come and install it. Yeah. So it's always best to go ahead and think ahead. That way you're set before June gets here.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about what you saw as trends this past year and what you think might be happening in the year to come.
We've definitely seen an uptick with custom draperies. That's been a huge thing. Motorization has been huge right now. Everybody wants that remote.
Right.
I've found the Lowcountry has got a lot of really high windows.
Yes.
So it's really hard to, you know, put those window treatments up and down. So motorization has been key. We're seeing a lot more smart homes, which is really cool.
Sure.
But definitely a lot more draperies. So that's been really cool to work with those clients and picking out the perfect fabric.
I think that's really interesting because, you know, you see trends come and go, obviously. And for many, many years, draperies were very hot and then maybe didn't have, you know, the popularity, but now it's coming back around. And I think that happens with fashion, even in home fashion.
Yes.
Everything is kind of, you know, evolves and comes back around. And so when you're talking about draperies, what kinds of things are people looking for and how do you customize for them?
So a lot of times they'll come in with like their Pinterest board. So we try to, you know, play with that a little bit and then match the colors. We let them come into the showroom, pick through, they'll find something they like just to match it up with something, say maybe even just a picture on the wall. Yeah. So that's been a really fun, just picking those little teeny tiny colors to make a big change in the room.
I was going to say make a huge impact in the room. With,
absolutely.
You know, just those draperies. And let's talk about blinds too. You obviously you talked about motorization, which of course is huge. You mentioned all the windows.
Yes.
Lots of people have just window walls, so it's great to be able to do that. But what are you seeing as a trend there? Are people still looking, you know, what are the blinds that they're looking for?
Well, we are seeing more plantation shutters. Plantation shutters are really key. Honeycombs are great because we do get a lot of heat here.
Yes.
So those honeycombs help keep a lot of that heat out. Roman shades have been really popular. And then we don't see as many the traditional, like your faux wood blinds, but they're still out there, but definitely the Romans and the honeycombs. And then a couple roller shades. Everybody likes that motorization with that roller shade coming up and down.
Right,
so.
Right, interesting. You know, so many different options.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually seen like one product. It's all been a spread out, you know, across the board just because that one color can change the entire house.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to do the same color throughout, so.
And talk to us a little bit about we've got about 30 seconds left, but I want the process of somebody coming in and they want storm protection, or they want drapes, or they want blinds. What is the process that you walk them through? And then I mention again real quickly about the ordering time.
Yeah, so they just come in, set up their appointment, get what they like. We'll set up a complimentary in-home consultation with either Nikki or Jody. They'll come out, do it, and then we'll get the process started. It's just that simple.
Yeah, excellent. And they can expect about how long on delivery times?
Usually between 4 and 8 weeks, depending on the product.
Okay. Well, Christina, thank you for sharing some time
Absolutely.
with us today. Don't wait till the last minute to get your new blinds, drapes, storm protection here at Seaglass Windowscapes, and there's lots more to come on Carolina Women. So we'll see you in a minute.